Hey guys, Juan here. So in this segment of the short film, Anino, I pretty much just want to take the time and talk to you guys about the video itself as well as the mask. I don't usually do these recap overview segments at the end of short films. Usually because short films are more of a serious manner in terms of video. Not to mention, I only do these recaps and overviews when the mask is for sale. But this is not the case. It's a death mask. It's obviously not for sale. It's a personal mask, similar to my freak shows. As you all know, I don't sell my death masks, and as well as the freak shows, the original freak shows. But in this case, I kind of just want to just talk to you guys about the masks as well as the video. All right. So the video itself, there will be some masks that will make that will have their own short film, individual short film. Not every single mask that I will do will have the short film, just some. In this case, it's my first one that's not related to Freak Show. So I think it's a great idea to go about on some masks, definitely. The short film that you guys just watched, that wasn't really, this is not a direct sequel to The Mentor, okay? But it takes place at the same universe, if that makes any sense, alright? So it's in the same world, same universe. It obviously takes place after The Mentor, but it's not a direct sequel to The Mentor, okay? I'm pretty sure you all noticed that the video wasn't really focused on Freak Show 7. It was actually focused on Anino, this mask right here. So yeah, that's that. So this short film was definitely a challenge for me. I never actually did a short film that was 15 minutes or less on a mask that's not Freak Show. So definitely a challenge. I had to play with the screenplay a bit because, as you all know, that I had to play around with time, because I did play around with time travel, I guess, as you all saw on the short film. So that was really tricky. I've never done anything like that, and there were a lot of shots that were involved. I always had this idea of time travel. I've always wanted to do something like that in terms of short film. So, not to mention the symbolism behind this mask is perfect for that. You know, me going back to my childhood, reminiscing, and then stuff like that. So I think that was definitely a good way to practice that. Speaking of this mask, the symbolism behind this mask is pretty much how you're a shadow of your former self. In this case, your childhood. When we're pretty much children growing up, when we're kids at the time, we're usually like the innocent, playful, cheerful kid, But as you all notice, as you grow up, you tend to invert that innocence into something else. Now, what's that something else? I don't know. Everyone has their own type of imperfection, and it's just interesting how we grow up. We tend to become something else, and that's pretty much what the horns, as well as the bandana right here, symbolizes. All right, it's pretty much an inversion of your innocence when you're a child. You're not really that cheerful, innocent little guy or girl anymore. So that's pretty much what happens when you grow up, and the mask is pretty much all about missing your childhood self, your former self. Hence the name Anino, because Anino means shadow in my language. And now if you look at it in a pessimistic way, like I do sometimes, you're just a shadow of your former self. And I pretty much just brought that idiom to life through this mask. Alright, so hopefully you all understand the symbolism. Symbolism will always be in the description as well, okay? So last thing I want to talk about is the death mask, like how I made this. I kind of want to just talk to you guys about, the actual mask, like the actual death mask, how I made it and whatnot, alright? So throughout these many years, as you see those death masks right there, these are all made by silicone. Okay, not latex. Latex shrinks. Okay, if you guys want to know how to make your own death mask, I have my own tutorial of it in my other tutorials playlist in my YouTube channel, so please check that out. So this mask is obviously made out of silicone, and it's obviously full head. Now, how I got this texture right here, this rugged like texture, similar to heartwork right there with the mechanism in the mouth. All I did was I used Thivex, which is pretty much a silicone thickener. I pretty much mixed up a batch of that, and I just applied it with a stick or something, with a utensil of some sort, and I pretty much just hand sculpted it throughout the entire death mask surrounding it. So this is pretty much one piece at the time, and I pretty much just unified it with silicone throughout the whole entire head and neck and chest area, some of it. That's pretty much how I did it. That's pretty much how I modify my silicone masks, ladies and gentlemen. I just use Thivex thickener. Okay, you can do some neat stuff with it, such as these horns. Now these horns, the reason why they're standing up is because I actually made it out of wire, and then I just coiled it around with some paper, and I just covered that with silicone mixed with thickener. Alright? Because if without the thickener, this whole thing would have been dripping down. So you obviously need thickener. Alright? I mean, that's all I can say. I mean, that's how I modify these silicone masks. It's pretty simple if you think about it. Now the pictures that you all saw in the short film, that actually, obviously I had to print out some pictures of mine, my childhood pictures, and then I used some clear tape to laminate it, to protect it. I placed that underneath one of the holes of the mask, and I just siliconed over as well as under. So if you think about it, it's pretty much trapped within the mask itself. It's embedded within the mask itself. That's how I did the pictures. All right. And also, what else? Oh yeah, the bandana. If you guys want to know how I made this, what I did was I pretty much just poured some silicone without thickener on like a board. Okay. Once that dries, you can obviously take it out. It's just one huge piece, and that's pretty much what that is. That's all it is. Like, there's nothing crazy about. I didn't mold anything. That's all I did. This is how I modify my silicone masks, pretty much. All right, Thivex thickener. That's the key. Okay, so hopefully you understand that. Hopefully you guys can get inspired on modifying your own silicone masks, because it's really fun. Of course, at the same time, it gets messy and it's challenging, but you guys will hopefully figure it out like I did over the years. And I think that'll be it for this recap overview video. Remember, there'll be some masks that I will make in the near future that will have their own kind of short film. Alright? But yeah, I think it's definitely a great way to enhance my script writing, screenplay skills. Definitely. Alright, so again, this is a death mask, not for sale, as well as the Freakshows, original Freakshows. These are all my personal masks. Alright, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Please like, favorite, share, comment, do whatever. Show your support. If you guys have a Twitter, please follow me on Twitter. That'll be twitter.com/evasaw13. Please check out my website as well. That'll be www.juancaparas.com. Also, please show your support by liking my fan page. That'll be facebook.com/JuanFreakshow. The links will be always in the description below. Alright, and I'll see you guys on the next short film.